What is up, everybody? It's Cody with Blood Money MMA Bets, and I'm back with a full card breakdown for Dana White Contender Series, Season 8, Week 1. It's the start of the season. It's going to be a really good season this year on Dana White's Contender Series. He's got a ton of up-and-coming fighters. I mean, there's probably like 6 or 7 fighters just out of these 5 that could be in the UFC easily, you know, and it's just getting a way better level of competition on these Dana White Contender Series shows. And this one's going to be no different. Like I said, there's a couple people on this show that could be real talents in the UFC, and I enjoy doing tape study on them. Everybody, if you can, please like this video. Leave me a comment. I'm trying to get back in algorithm after taking a couple months off to hang out with my family and stuff during the summer. So be nice if you could leave the like, hit that subscribe button if you haven't, and drop a comment, help the algorithm. I'm going to be dropping my breakdowns every single week. I'm going to do as many of these Dana White Contender Series as I can. I'm going to try to do all of them. But like I said, I had fun breaking this one down, so it's going to be fun. If you want to get my MMA bets, what if I get any Dana White Contender Series bets in, or any of my bets, check me out on Twitter or Instagram. The links are in the description, and that's where you're going to get my information, different bets and stuff throughout the week, and just different content I put out. If you want to support my channel in any way, I got a Patreon. The links in the description, and that's where I post all my early bets to beat line movement and layer cake parlay, 10 best bets, just a bunch of different content in there too. And it's just a way to support my channel and help me out. So yeah, like I said, this is going to be a really good card. So we're going to get right into it. We got 5 good fights, and the first one might be the best one on the card, because it took me an extra day or 2 to get this out, because we had 2 fights get canceled and they brought in replacements, and I had to do a little bit more tape study and all that. So, but yeah, man, first fight is in the men's flyweight division. We got Antoine Ho versus Lanier Kavanagh, which is going to be a great fight. Tuan they call him Tuan Ho. He's a good fighter, man. He's fighting out of the MMA lab with Sean O'Malley and Marcus McGee and all them dudes, and he's looking really good. It says his style is Kung Fu, but he does have a good striking base, man. He's got a wide stance. He's constantly throwing a ton of kicks. He throws power with both hands. I've seen him knock people out with his lead hand. He doesn't have the best takedown defense, but he's got good scrambles and good grappling. I would say in his last fight that I watched that went to decision, you know, it was really close back and forth. He engaged in the grappling more than he needed to, but he had a guy that was just like pressure wrestling him and was going to shoot 50 takedowns. So it's one of them fights, but he's good, man. He's fast. He's well-rounded, throws a lot of heat. I like his switch stance striking. And like I said, he has power out of both hands, 6-0. He's fought some decent competition, you know, but not the best so far. But Lanier Kavanagh, he's a powerful fighter, man. This kid has power in both hands. His lead left hand is powerful as hell. He's got strong offensive and defensive wrestling, pretty good jiu-jitsu. He's got good cardio, good toughness. He's also undefeated. I've watched him in a couple of his fights, man, where he'll just go toe-to-toe with guys. His last win over the Sean Marcos de Silva was a back-and-forth fight with 2 tough dudes, 2 undefeated guys. The last 2 people he's beat last 3-4 people he's beat are undefeated, but the last 2 were 6-0 and 4-1. So, I mean, you know, he's not taking weak fights, and I really like this kid, man. He throws hammers, power elbows, power knees in the clinch. Everything he does is with power and devastation. I honestly think that if anybody's going to have the offensive wrestling advantage here, it's Lanier. And then on the feet, Tuan Ho is just so hittable, man. He's got that wide stance. He takes leg kicks, doesn't check them. Lanier throws power leg kicks, like I said, power and everything. I'm taking Lanier Kavanagh here. It's tough to say if this fight ends, because Tuan Ho is very tough, good cardio. And so is Kavanagh. But give me Kavanagh, and I'm going to say by decision. Even though he hits that hard, I'm going to say by decision just because Tuan's really tough. Next fight's in the men's featherweight division. This is a replacement fight right here. We got Jose Delgado versus Ernie Juarez. And Juarez was supposed to fight Brito, but that guy fell off just a couple days ago. So Jose Delgado steps in, which is a good replacement because Jose Delgado is good. He's also fighting out of the MMA lab. So you got a couple guys on here out of the MMA lab that train together, so they're probably in top shape, training with O'Malley and all that. Delgado's 7-1, currently sitting at -250, 5'11" with a 73-inch reach. Ernie Juarez is 8-0, 5'9" with a reach is not available, and he's at +200 right now. And I think Delgado's actually -300 something right now, but this should be a really good fight. Delgado's got excellent switch stance striking, man. He's always throwing something. He's throwing in volume. He's kicking you to the belly. He's punching you in the face, switching stances, hitting you with the leg kick. He's just always throwing something. He's got pretty good wrestling, and he's got a black belt in jiu-jitsu. He's very heavy on top, and he's going to be throwing good ground and pound. He's got pretty good submissions and all that. And he's a big dude, you know, for 145, 5'11", 73-inch reach. But I really like this kid. I think he's good. He's well-rounded. He's obviously ready for the big show. I feel the same about Ernie Juarez, man. This kid is tough. He's got powerful boxing. He's constantly throwing heat. He's like Lanier Kavanagh. Everything he does is throwing heat. Powerful leg kicks, pretty good offensive and defensive wrestling. He's a junkyard dog, though. He's always coming forward. He's always throwing something. Just a super, super tough kid, man. And he's hittable. I've seen him get rocked in a couple fights, but he usually fights through it and then tears them up. And he does slow down after like a round because he goes so hard, but he's one of them junkyard dogs that just fights through it, keeps going, and tries to break you, you know. In this fight, I got to go Jose Delgado, though. Even though Juarez is good and he's fought some pretty good competition, he's a tough junkyard dog. He's very hittable, and I've seen him get rocked a lot. And I feel like, man, he's just going to be open for these shots of Jose Delgado. Jose Delgado's a sniper, and he's constantly throwing stuff, like I said. So as long as and I think Delgado can have the grappling advantage too. But give me Jose Delgado. But both of these dudes are really good, man. This is going to be a really tough fight. And if Delgado coming in on short notice doesn't have his cardio up, Juarez will take over. Juarez will take over in this fight. I'm telling you, he's a junkyard dog like that. And he likes to push his aggression and just really just beat you, you know, and make you give up. So we'll see. I got Jose Delgado in that fight. Next fight is in the men's light heavyweight division. We got Bruno Lopes versus Mikheil Sazhiniani. And this is going to be another scrap too, man. Both these dudes are well-rounded, big dudes. Bruno Lopes is 12-1, currently sitting at -230, 31 years old, 6'2" with the 74.5-inch reach. And Mikheil is 13-2. He's fighting out of Georgia. Don't have his age, don't have his last weight, but we got he's 6 foot and his reach is not available, but he's a big dude. Bruno Lopes, man, I like this guy. He's got a black belt in Muay Thai. He's got a black belt in Jiu-Jitsu. Was an undefeated fighter before his last fight on the Contender Series, where he was knocked out by Bretson Ribeiro in a back-and-forth just a slugfest. You know, them dudes was going at it, and he just happened to, you know, take the first big shot. Then he fought a kickboxer after that was 17-6, a real tall, long kickboxer. And on the feet, man, he was getting rocked, but luckily he could use his wrestling and then his jiu-jitsu to take the fight over and eventually get that arm triangle win over that Marcos Bergaggio. But you see too, he took a long time off of fighting. He was, you know, 6-0 in 2015 and then didn't cut. He took 6 years off and came back. And he's good. He's well-rounded. He's tough, but man, I feel like he slows down after 5 minutes. And his last fight, the only reason he won it was because he was able to use that wrestling and grappling, man. And he's just kind of slower at heavyweight, even though he does have good striking, like good boxing. He throws fast little straight little combos, 3 pieces. He's still like slow. He's hittable, and it doesn't seem like he takes the best shot. Mikheil, man, this guy's tough. Like I said, he's a tough Georgian fighter. He's got really good striking. He's got powerful leg kicks. He's fast. He's going to be way faster in the striking, in my opinion. He's got a strong clinch up against the cage, and he's got really good offensive and defensive wrestling. I think he's going to have the better grappling here as far as wrestling to be on top anyways. I don't know if he's got the better jiu-jitsu. He did get armbarred by Miraza Talha, who was on the Contender Series, but that dude's a beast too, man. He armbarred him, but before that, Mikheil was winning that fight, took him down, better wrestling. See, in this fight, like I feel like Mikheil will have a good enough striking to stand with Lopes, and then he can take Lopes down if he wants to and be on top. Lopes, though, if they're standing and he gets hurt, like I've seen him get hurt in a lot of his fights, he's not going to be able to panic wrestle and just take Mikheil down. So I like Mikheil here as an underdog. He's +175, +185, and I really like him as an underdog. I think that he could win this fight standing because him and Lopes would be about the same on the feet, except he might have a little speed, and then I think he's going to have the better wrestling. So if he wants to, he could just keep wrestling Lopes and stay on top, you know, and get this win. So I like Mikheil. I like the tough Georgian fighter. Let me get him as a big underdog too. Next fights in the men's welterweight division. We got Ding Meng versus Rami Hamad. Ding Meng this is another replacement fight too. Meng Ding, whatever, was supposed to fight Islam Dulatov or whatever. And that kid, man, looked like a star. He's out of Germany. He's a big kid that goes for the finish every second. But now he's got a replacement, Rami Hamad. Meng Ding, though, 34-8, 29 years old, 6'2" with the 75.2-inch reach. Rami Hamad is 12-3, 33 years old, 6'1" with the 71.5-inch reach. So you see Ding's going to have like an inch of height and 4 inches of reach. Meng Ding, he's got good leg kicks. He's got pretty good striking. He's got a Chinese Sando background, which is like Chinese kickboxing with a little bit of wrestling mixed in it. Fast, like I said, fast lead leg kicks. I like them. He's got decent boxing. He seems to have okay offensive and defensive grappling, but he's fighting the lowest level people, you know, that you can fight. He keeps fighting the same dude, this Turoslav. He's fought this dude 5 times. And they go back and forth. But before that, when you see the people he's fighting, you see that record, like, oh, 28-17, which that guy's fighting nobody's too. They're all juiced up records. These Chinese guys, dude, they fight in this JKC fight night, and it's like a complete joke. I mean, this dude's 31-7. He's fighting a guy 2-6. You know, what are we doing here? 30-7 fighting a guy 4-8. Like, it's just crazy. He was 26-7 fighting a 1-0 guy, 25-7 fighting an 8-13. So it's just like a joke. They just build these guys up, maybe just get them in the UFC. I don't know, maybe just have fun to watch fights. But I will tell you this, that every time this dude like fights outside of that JKC, you hear he's in one, here he's in Chinese MMA league, he's getting finished in the first round. Like he fights all these other people, but look, he fights this dude gets armbarred in the first round. Like every time he steps out of that JKC one, he's pretty much losing. Like I don't think he's that good. I think the Chinese regional scene's terrible, and I think that this guy's just like decent in that middling freaking Chinese scene. Rami Hamad, though, on the other hand, I actually like this kid, man. He's 33, so he's not a kid, but he's a tough fighter. He's got excellent kick game. When I tell you this guy, his last 2 fights, he's ended with leg kicks. He's fought lower level competition, just like Meng Ding. But man, he's finishing these guys like 4 leg kicks, and these dudes are like, yeah, I'm gonna head out now. So crazy kick game, pretty good boxing, showed good offensive and defensive grappling. He's fought lower level guys too, but at least they're lower level guys in America. And like I said, he's dealing with them in leg kicks, first round. Show good cardio against Frank Carrillo. You know, even I wanted to go see him fight and go to decisions and stuff like that to see what his stamina and everything was like. And everything checks out, man. I think in this fight, it's going to be a stand-up fight. And I'm going to favor Rami Hamad in that fight. I'm going to take another underdog. I think that he's way better than any fighters Meng Ding's ever fought. And I think Hamad's just going to be able to cripple him literally within maybe like the first 4 minutes with leg kicks where he's hurting him, where it's going to change the whole fight up. Next fight is in the men's middleweight division. We got Mansur Abdul-Malik versus Wes Shultz. And this is going to be a good fight between 2 wrestlers. Both these guys wrestled in college. Mansur is way higher level D1 wrestler with way more credentials, but Wes Shultz wrestled in college, man. And it's tough to get into college and wrestle. So Mansur minus 400, 5-0, 26 years old, 6'2" with the 80-inch reach. Shultz is 6'1", 28 years old, 6'2" with the 76-inch reach. And Mansur, man, is an explosive beast, dude. He's going to wrestle. He's going to grab you. He's going to throw you around the cage. And then when he gets on top of you, he's going to hit you with devastating ground and pound. The last guy he fought, which was another low-level guy, all these guys, I mean, it's a contender series, so you're going to get people that's fought other low-level guys, regional scene guys trying to build their way up to get to the UFC. You know, you don't want to be an explosive athlete and fight dudes that are 10-2 before you get in the UFC and take a loss. You know, you want to fight. Really, what you want to do, it's just like, I guess it would be on the game. I don't know. I've never done career mode, but like if I was building a fighter, like I'm gonna take my wrestler and I'm gonna get him against first fight like another low level wrestler where he can just go out there, get that win, take over. And the next fight you might set him up with like a low level boxer, you know, so he can just go out there, work his boxing, and then get the takedown, do all that. But you got to build them up, man. And so they're going to be fighting lower level guys. But this Alan St. Gilles that he fought, man, that ground and pound that he knocked him out with from the top, just one shot, boom, he stood up, came down, boom, knocked him out cold. The other guys he's knocked out cold too. The only one that was kind of crazy was this Cole Jordan, but it was his first fight, and it was Cole Jordan was 0-1, and like, you know, he came out really fast, took him down a bunch, was using really powerful moves, and wasn't able to get him out of there within like the first 2 minutes. And then Cole Jordan tried to wrestle him. And then eventually he got it. Mansur got back up and just beat the brakes off him. But he throws power on the feet. He's looking for knockouts, but he's not comfortable in it yet. You know, he's just looking to get to the clinch and stuff because he doesn't have very good striking defense. You can tell he's very new to the striking game. But he is explosive. He's got explosive wrestling, crazy ground and pound. He's explosive on the feet. He's definitely going to have better wrestling than Wes Shultz. Wes Shultz, you know, like I said, pretty good wrestling, pretty good jiu-jitsu. He's got a decent guillotine. Pretty good ground and pound and scrambles. You've seen it when you watched him fight Dylan Butka, another college wrestler, where in the first round, he actually won the first round with Dylan Butka, was able to scramble and get some pretty good positions on him. But then in the second round, Bucka came out and just started wrestling like crazy. And you could see that Shultz just ran out of gas. And then the last 2 rounds just pretty much got dominated by Bucka. But other fights, you know, he's fighting low-level guys. He's able to take them down and beat them up because they're not other wrestlers. But decent striking. He's got a decent head kick. He hit this Morris dude with the head kick. What's this dude's name? Maurice Morris. Yeah, he hit him with the head kick and then ended up knocking him down, getting on top and grounding him out. But in this fight, man, I got to go with Mansur because they're both wrestlers with decent striking. But I just feel like Mansur is going to have the better wrestling and be on top. And then his ground and pound is sick. And as long as, I mean, we always got to worry about these explosive athletes like Mansur that are just full muscle, go full bore from the opening second, shooting takedowns, doing all this. Because if he comes out and does that and just tries to finish Wes Shultz, Wes Shultz seems pretty durable and pretty tough. And if that doesn't happen, man, he could easily gas out and then Wes Shultz could take over. The thing that makes me feel better about that is, like I said, I've seen Wes Shultz pretty much gas out with Dylan Buck after 1 hard round of grappling. So I don't know if he just comes out and takes over on Mansur, but I'm taking Mansur, man. I'm going to say that he's able to get some takedowns, land some powerful ground and pound, and either get Wes Shultz out of there or, you know, make a hard-fought decision where he learns and gets some valuable lessons in the game. I appreciate everybody checking out this video and checking out all my videos. Like I said, man, please hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't. I'm going to be putting out tons of content coming up. I'm going to have a surgery probably here within a month. I'm going to be off for like 6 or 8 weeks. So I'm going to be putting out a ton of content. I want to make a whole bunch of stuff on my channel. I'm going to talk about upcoming fights. I'm going to talk about news outside the cage, all kinds of stuff, man. Check me and Johnny K Picks out tomorrow too, live Wednesday night at 7 p.m. on my channel for our Defend Your Units show. And it's going to be a good one because we haven't had one together in 2 months. So appreciate all you guys, man. Let me know what you think of the video.